Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Today's video I think is a very good video to start for 2026. I know we're already a month and a half into it almost at this point, but it actually goes with the timing of it because the year of the horse actually starts within the next couple of days. I think it's around the 17th or something of February. Like that's when the actual new year begins, when it's actually a 1 year. It's actually the year of the horse and we're finally shedding the snake year, which was a lot of growth, which was a lot of experiences that forced us to grow and to change. You've probably lost people. You've probably, maybe even lost yourself a little bit in the process. I know I did a couple times throughout the course of last year. But it was all to prepare you for the beautiful new beginnings of 2026, the year of the horse. Things are going to be moving at a fast pace. Things are going to be happening as long as you are open to receiving them. And what I mean by that is you can do all the work and you can do all of the affirmations and the meditations and, getting yourself in this alignment or feeling like you're in alignment. But you can still have the limiting beliefs. You can still have those programmed thoughts playing in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, when you're going to do things and you're like, yes, I can do it. Like consciously, you truly believe that you can accomplish whatever it is that you set your mind to. But your subconscious, as I've said, and I feel like I've said this in a couple different videos, but your subconscious controls 95% of your mind. Like, most of your thoughts and most of the way that you interact with your outer world is determined by your subconscious and the things that you've told yourself or the things that have been programmed into you since you were a child, those limiting beliefs, those patterns that you always seem to find yourself in. Like you might find yourself replaying the same situations over and over again. It might be different people in those situations and maybe the roles are changed just slightly, but if you break it down to its smallest, barest spark notes of the situation, they're probably very similar to things that you've already experienced because your brain is a computer and it's constantly looking for the patterns. And if you are constantly still playing those pre-programmed thoughts and those limiting beliefs in your head, your brain will seek out situations and people that are going to constantly prove to you that you're continuously living in the same pattern. Now, there's also times when you're seeking those out and there are people brought into your life in place of maybe like the traditional, this is how it plays out from start to finish. But there's these people that come into your life and they're challenging your views. They're challenging those programmed thoughts and they're challenging the limiting beliefs, or like an event will happen or an opportunity will present itself to you and it's a moment for you to sit there and be like, is that like, it gives you the chance to look at it from a different perspective and be like, am I going to continue to play this out in the same way that it's always played out? Or am I going to take this challenge for what it is and I'm going to do things differently, or I'm going to change my perspective on this situation and maybe give this person a chance even though I'm scared, or even though in the past, like for examples, maybe you have this opportunity to make new friends and maybe the idea of making friends is easy. Like it's not hard to make new friends. It's not hard to talk to new people. It's the, oh my gosh, what if we actually connect and we get close and we start spending time with each other and then they leave? Because maybe you've experienced a lot of friendship breakups or just a lot of people coming into your life for a short amount of time and then they, for whatever reason, end up leaving your life and you guys kind of pull apart from one another, which is natural and it's okay. It's all about the way that you look at the situation. And it goes with the saying of change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Change your perspective on how you're looking at things and it will change. And it basically challenges the narrative that you're constantly replaying the same thing over and over again because you're just being prompted time and time again to break out of that, because those limiting beliefs are holding you back from reaching your highest potential and reaching, the love that you deserve, the friendships that you deserve, and the success and the abundance and everything that you're trying to achieve for yourself. all of the things that you experience in your life are challenging you to be better. They're making sure that you can be the best version of yourself that you can be. And everybody has free will, and we all experience life differently. And I think that's beautiful and that's amazing. I'm sitting here and I'm saying this to you because I have recently been prompted in the situation of, do I want to continue to replay past situations over and over and over again, or do I want to look at the situation differently? Do I want to approach it with a more positive attitude rather than immediately jumping to the negatives and immediately assuming the worst, or, you know, calculating in my mind all the possible results, like all the possible end results of this one thing happening. Like, what would happen if I became friends with this person, or what would happen if I did X, Y, or Z? You know, there's different things that happen in your life, like I said, that prompt you to look at things differently and to challenge your own inner beliefs and your narrative, your programming that you've had. And I feel that shift and that challenge right now, especially because we are literally on the cusp of the new year, and the last of the snakes should be shedding from you. The last of the, you know, snakes shed their skin, and that's a really big, powerful metaphor to embody, I guess, in the last couple of days before the new year begins. And you start at the begin, like, you know, you start at the beginning of the race as a horse, and you're just gonna run, and you're gonna go with so much momentum into the new year. And really, if you align yourself accordingly and you set yourself up for success, and you actually put in the time to be like, you know what, I'm gonna give this my best effort. I'm gonna try my best to approach this differently and to view this differently and to give these people a chance. And, you know, no matter what duration. So for me, an example of mine, I've done videos on friendships, I've done videos on relationships, I've done videos on people coming and going into your life. And I think all of that kind of boils down to maybe some of my own limiting beliefs that I have, which are the fact that a lot of people that I've had in my life have left my life. They're no longer in my life, or the way that they're in my life is different than what it was years ago. And sometimes I beat myself up because I'm like, why do all these people leave? Why bother making new friends if they're just going to leave? Or why bother getting myself connected to these people and forming these deep relationships with these people for them to just turn around and leave? Like, they're not permanent players in my life. And so it makes me afraid to actually open myself up to having friends. I think especially in the last couple of years, I've had the mindset of, I'm gonna be who I am from the second I meet you, because I will then know if you and I click. Because if I'm trying to put on a mask or this facade of who I am when I meet you, that's the person you're gonna know. And if I don't feel that we would click because you've gotten to know this fake version of myself, or this version of myself that I have curated for you to hopefully like me better, that's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy, because eventually that mask and that facade will crack and the real you will start to come out little by little. And if that person does not like the real you, there's gonna be tension, there's gonna be resistance. And, you know, I think you just waste a lot of time and energy trying to be a people pleaser all of the time to people. And I say that for myself too, because I still need that advice. But if you're having issues making friends, maybe it's because you're trying to put on this persona of who you think these people would like, rather than just being yourself. When you're just yourself and you approach people from the most authentic place within yourself, you make better connections with people. Yeah, you might not always connect with people right off the bat, and that's okay, because you're not meant to. There are certain people that you are meant to click with and have connections with. And to have that perspective of, if I click with somebody, if I have that connection with somebody and it feels good and I want to pursue it and, you know, make friends with these people, do it without the fear of how long is it gonna last. Because I know I let that stop me a lot. I let that stop me far too often. And it's sad, because I think back sometimes and I'm like, how many missed opportunities have I let pass me by because I was afraid of being friends with somebody that I didn't think was long-term? And I think I'm at this place right now where I'm kind of at a crossroads where I'm being presented this opportunity to potentially make new friends, and I'm afraid. That I'm gonna be honest, like I'm afraid, and I want to be open and honest on this channel because I know that sometimes people feel alone with their thoughts and their feelings, and if maybe by any means you are feeling somewhat the same way as I am, I want you to know that you're not alone. It is hard sometimes to face these inner thoughts, especially the not so good ones. Like they're not fun to face. They're not fun to acknowledge that, oh, I am limiting myself in this way, or this way, and how do I stop that? Because I want 2026 to be the best year ever. Like literally, I have so much that I'm working towards in 2026. I have so much that is happening in my life right now, and a lot of new beginnings, and like they're just so good, and I want to keep them to myself for as long as possible because, you know, your energy and the energy that you put into things is so much more powerful when it's not being influenced by other people and other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions and energies. So there's a lot of things that I'm like keeping really close to the vest because they mean so much to me, and they're still so like, they're still in their infancy. But like, I'm also still working through some limiting beliefs that might be attached to those little things that I'm working on, whether it be YouTube or friendships or relationships or my, like, you know, you name it. There's so many different categories, especially like in personal development. I feel like there's a lot of things that I limit myself on because I'm afraid. I love change, but I'm afraid of it at the same time. Like I love change, but I'm afraid of who I will be on the other side of that change. And more so, if I really want to get specific and really hone in on the specific fear, I am afraid of who I will be after the change and how that will affect the relationships that I have in my life. Will the people that I have in my life respond well to who I am after the changes, or will they not? Because I've had it go both ways, and I think because I've had it go poorly in the past, I'm afraid of it going poorly as I continue in the future. But some change is inevitable, and some people will inevitably walk out of your life, and having that perspective of the people who are meant to be in your life will be in your life, and the people who are not will be moved out of it to make room for the people that are meant to be in your life, and the opportunities that are meant to be in your life, and the things that you're meant to experience. The people who do not align with you and won't continue the journey forward with you, not going towards the same directions, you're not working towards the same things, or just, you don't even have to have the same goal in mind, but as long as you have that same energy of, I am in pursuit of being better, whatever way that looks for you, whether it's you want to improve your health, you want to improve your finances, you want to improve, you know, how you take care of yourself, and you have these goals and these ambitions, and the people that you are with also have those goals and those ambitions, and their energy is kind of in that same forward moving momentum. You have to be able to let those people move out of your life to make room for the people who will help you and push you and motivate you, and just being in their presence makes you a better person and makes it easier to be a better person. And it's hard, like I'm saying this because it's hard, like there are people that have to leave your life and you have to be okay with that, but is it really you losing them, or is it them losing you? Or is it a mutual beneficial situation where it's like, you know what, you go and do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing, I wish you the best, it's just we don't line up right now, and that's okay. Maybe in the future your paths will cross again, maybe they won't, and that's okay too, because every interaction that you have with a person, every connection that you make with people is valid, and it's a valuable source of information. You grow from it, you can learn. It can be full of blessings, it can be full of laughter and love and memories, but it can also be full of, you know, maybe hurt and pain and sadness, but you learn from that, you grow from it, and everything is worth it in the end. Like everything, if you change your perspective to everything that you experience in life is worth it in the end, because it gets you to where you want to be, and you're open to just letting things play out and letting things happen the way that they can, you know, letting them play out in the best way possible, because you have no attachment to it and you're not clinging on to the things that don't necessarily benefit you long term. They might feel good in the moment, but do they benefit you long term? Just some food for thought, I guess, that I wanted to share with you guys. I've been talking for 15 minutes already, and I don't know if I've had a moment of pause to really sit with what I'm saying, but I feel like this is something that's so important, and I know there's a lot of people who have resistance to letting people go and letting things go, whether it's physical belongings or jobs or titles or, you know, the things that you think actually make you who you are, but they're not. They're just external validations. They're just ways for people to validate you. They're not actually who you are. I don't know. There's a lot that I've been thinking about, a lot of things that I need to be reflecting on, and I felt the need to share this, or I felt called to share this. I hope, you know, I hope it resonates with someone out there. Like, even if it only helps one person or resonates with one person, I'm doing that one person a service, and I'm so happy that they're watching this video. And I don't know, I think I just need to start, like, this was kind of also a wake-up call to really change my perspective on things, because sometimes I find myself getting into this really negative place, and I'm looking at everything from kind of a negative filter, I guess, and I can't seem to pull myself out of it because I'm clouded by my limiting beliefs and all of the things that could go wrong and all of the things that have already gone wrong. So why wouldn't they continue to go wrong? Like, just because something bad happened in the past doesn't mean something bad will continue to happen in the future. The only reason that something bad continues to happen in the future is because you are searching for the bad to prove yourself right. So stop. Like, please, please, please. And I say this for myself too, because I always rewatch my own videos. Please stop searching for the bad when there is so much good that you could be searching for instead. The good far outweighs the bad, especially if you start looking for it. The more you start looking for the good, the easier it is to find, and the more it starts to show up in your life. The more you focus on the bad, the more bad things will happen. It is so easy to control what is happening externally just based on how you perceive things. I guess that's a real big, like, woo-woo, but also not woo-woo, because if you think about it, there's so many scientific studies that say that the things that you think about affects your reality, and that's been proven in, like, scientific experiments. So you can say it's woo-woo, but it's really not woo-woo. Like, you have energy, and your energy is so strong and so powerful, and I feel like we dismiss that and we don't give ourselves enough credit. But we are very powerful beings, and we can create so much in our lives as long as we are open to it and we give ourselves the opportunity to do so. I don't know, I feel like I just went on a very long TED Talks tangent. Like, I feel like I just shared so much information in such a short amount of time. But anyway, needless to say, if I had to spark note this video, change your perspective on things. Allow yourself to be open to things shifting in your life and people shifting in and out of your life. Be okay with new opportunities that come up, and challenge your old beliefs. Like, when there is a opportunity that presents itself, or a person that presents themselves to you, and the future could be so good with them, but you are clouding your thoughts with all the things that could go wrong because those things went wrong in the past. I challenge you to challenge those beliefs. Do you really want to continue to live the same life that you've been living, or do you want to see it for the beautiful opportunity that it could be? Like, live in the moment and take it for everything that it is. Really make the most out of it and really lean into those good feelings, because the more you lean into the good, the stronger the good gets, the easier the good comes in. And that's the kind of energy we're trying to cultivate in 2026. We are trying to cultivate an abundance of good vibes and good energy and success and momentum and, you know, achieving all of our goals. Like 2026 could be so beautifully powerful for you. Like it could be the start of some amazing things in your life as long as you allow it to be. So again, that's a reminder for me, but it's a reminder for you, and I hope you take it as a reminder. I hope that if you are feeling this way or feeling on the fence about things, I hope this helps. I really do. I really hope it helps. I want everybody to feel seen and heard, because turning on the camera and talking makes me feel seen and heard. And every person who's watching this video, thank you for allowing me to be seen and heard and respected and appreciated for, you know, sharing my thoughts and my feelings, because it's a very vulnerable position to be in. And I feel that this channel has brought in a lot of good people and continues to connect me with good people. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated with you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck with anything that you are challenging. Good luck with all of your journaling and with any goals that you are trying to reach in 2026.